Всем привет! В этом видео небольшой обзор, а также конференции, презентации нашего партнера Engineering Institute of Technology. Во многих аспектах этот институт был первопроходцем инженерных направлений в Австралии, и я надеюсь, что после просмотра этого видео вы сможете найти ответы на многие ваши вопросы. Итак, пойдемте.
Hi everyone, this is David from Engineering Institute of Technology. I wanted to show off our brand new Bristol campus and take a look as we walk through. You can see the types of settings that we have, very supportive for students. Students work in a very close collaborative environment. That's an example of one of the meeting rooms. We're going to go through and we'll show you where we're building our labs up for our students as well. As you can see, ready to install the equipment. This is where students will do practical labs, practical assignments. Brand new, cutting edge, state of the art. I'd also like to show you how some of our classrooms would follow me. Have a look at just one of our classrooms. As you can see, students will get attention from lecturers and also be able to network with each other. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
We are a global corporate engineering training company. That's how we started. So we're the go-to company in the world for engineering training. If a small company wants a half day, 1 hour, 1 week training course, they will come to us. We've probably got about 15,000 courses on scope. And if the course isn't on scope, we can write it, present it, both synchronously and asynchronously, online or through face-to-face. So that's the core of our company, IDC Technologies. And you'll see that link on our website. So we put together an online format where today we have more than 140 programs on our website in the online mode. So we started in Perth 7 years ago. We have 9 programs, we'll show you that in a moment. We started the Melbourne campus 6 years ago with 5 programs. And we started this Brisbane campus last September with 3 masters at the moment, with a lot of plans to grow the Brisbane campus moving forward. So as you can see, we're not a yesterday startup. We are purely engineering. We eat, sleep, breathe, and do everything with engineering. The quilt data recently happened and we outshone our university partners. We love our universities and we love our TAFEs, but we were lucky enough through the quilt data, which students actually fill out a survey. We don't know who our students are, and they voted us either level 1 or level 3 of outcomes with job placements, etc. from that point of view. And I'm really pleased to tell you, and we just had to change the slide this morning, last Wednesday in Canberra, so we were successful in Western Australia about 3 weeks ago with the WA Export Education Award. Last Wednesday in Canberra, we won the National Award. Griffith University here, Flinders in South Australia, TAFE New South Wales, we beat all of them. Yeah? Again, for a small little provider, this is the second time in 4 years we've won the National Award. We have just been re-accredited by TEXA, both as a higher institute for 7 years, no conditions, and we've also had our CRICOS re-registered for 7 years, no conditions. But the one thing that we really love, we've also been given self-accreditation authority. To get a program on scope can take a year to year and a half, and it costs you about $250,000, just one program. Because we've been able to prove to TEXA that we are an ethical provider, we've now been given our own self-accrediting authority, like a university, that we can write our own program and deliver it under a framework straight away.
I wanted to go back here and just talk about this over here. Industry experienced lecturers and industry-oriented programs. And people from other institutions and our own institution are saying similar things. And so I don't want to keep on saying EIT is the best. EIT, there's a lot of good institutions out there. I want to just point out a couple of things students told me, both from other institutions and from EIT. And one of the big differences that we make in the students' journey in education is the lecturers as well. So we have a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, and I'll say Bachelor of Science so we can chat about that, in Mechanical Engineering, also in Civil and Structural Engineering. So main disciplines. And when we come to what does EIT do, I believe if a student comes in and they say, I'm interested in engineering, we can come to the table in EIT in the back of your mind and we can put that on the table because we offer the main disciplines in engineering. So we have those available in Perth, and then we have 4 masters available, all masters in Melbourne and in Perth, and then we have these 3 masters available here at our Brisbane campus, and of course a Doctor of Engineering, which again Rob's going to go into some detail about that.
We offer a 3-year Bachelor of Science. Now all of you are saying, but what about the 4-year one? In the technical side of engineering, if you talk to industry, and EIT is an industry-driven company, we listen to industry. That's why we only looked at the technical side. We don't do the ICT side, telecommunications, software, electronics, etc. We specialise in technical. We spoke to industry about why the 3-year model. It's what they want. So they want you to be a technologist, a 3-year technologist, so it's only a 3-year course. If you look at our Bachelor of Science, there's no electives. It's pure 3 years, 24 units, no electives. It's pretty intense. But you're finishing in 3 years and you're saving a year of study. And that's what industry wants. You won't be a professional engineer that a 4-year course gives you. You're a technologist. What the industry is saying to us is you graduate them theory-wise, then give them to us to give us the practical experience. If you don't know, again, some justification for us now is Melbourne University and the University of Western Australia, along with Chisholm, Melbourne Polytechnic in Melbourne, and a couple of others have gone to the 3-year model in these streams. If you were doing electronics or telecommunications, you need 4 years because you need the capstone project and you need that extra honours year. But in the technical side of engineering, industry just would rather have somebody with a 3-year technologist qualification. Here in Brisbane, we've seen a need to look at some bachelor programs. Now, we've been looking at those for a little while. However, with all the capping issues and the legislation supposedly changing, we haven't done much work yet. Now that we've got some clear air where we think they're not going to change, we'll go back to the table in Perth, talk to management. So hopefully by July next year, we'll have a couple of bachelors in Brisbane. We've been running the Bachelor of Industrial Automation. So that's a cornerstone project for us. 4 disciplines, civil, mechanical, electrical, which everybody knows. But we decided to focus on industrial automation. Why? If you're an engineer and you know about industrial 3.0, 4.0, we are now moving into industrial 5.0 called automation. So we took a punt 7 years ago and decided that automation is something we'd like to invest in a bachelor or master's level and specialise in. The problem is in a lot of countries, the 12-year-olds don't understand what automation is yet. The year 12s. They understand what mechanical and electrical and civil are because it's historical. But automation, if we had to call it robotics or mechatronics, I think the penny would drop. So as David said, we're looking to rework that program with a different name. We are oversubscribed. We are fully subscribed for the Industrial Automation Masters because a bachelor graduate who's doing electrical or mechanical understand what that is. Our price point per semester is $12,925. So if you're doing a 3-year bachelor, look at your price point, $77.5. You look at your masters, $51,700. I know here in Brisbane, Griffith, who we had a couple of students transfer from, is $22,000 per semester for the same programs that we offer. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're a university and a fabulous university. But you pay to go to a good quality university with a ranking. There's no 2 ways about it. Whereas, and again, the only reason we can charge those prices, we're small. We've got a 25-seater classroom. We have a philosophy. It's not critical mass marketing. And for those of you who know me and I've presented to you before, we have a less is more philosophy. Less but quality partners and less but quality graduates. I don't want an agent saying to me, well, Rolf, I can give you 50 students tomorrow. Because you can't. They're very difficult to get into us with that type of student. I would rather 2 or 3 quality students that will get through to visa lodgement. So again, look at our price point. We're consistent. So first semester is $12,900 and that is based on the life of the course. Bachelor's 3 years, Master's 2, and the Doctorate's a 3-year program.
So I just wanted to show you a couple of pictures. This is where I'm based here. It's a brand new building. It was about $10 million, including refurbishment, that we've opened in February this year. And what that also means is that all the students get brand new equipment, brand new space, which is really important. Very similar to this. So it's a very supportive environment. There's no place to hide for students, right? You've got to engage with your team, your classmates, and your lecturers, and I think that's important. So we've got our Perth campus there. I'll sit upstairs over there, and then this is just a couple of our labs, our practical labs that we have for our students. This is Rolf's office that he takes care of there in Melbourne, and naturally we're in the brand new building here. And I wanted to talk a little bit about accreditation. Perhaps we'll actually talk a little bit more about that. I think it's really important. So when we look at the different levels of accreditation, we've just had a panel of 12 people from Engineers Australia on campus in Perth a few weeks ago. I believe this week they're coming to visit you, Rolf, in Melbourne to do the last leg. And so we've had our audit. And let me start by saying all four of our batches, remember BIA Automation, still going to be running online with hundreds of students on it, so it gives us time to work that out. All four of our bachelors have full accreditation from Engineers Australia, not provisional. So that is a 3-year Bachelor of Science, full accreditation. Australia.
We want to be very transparent with you. Brisbane is not accredited yet. Why? The EA accreditation is like ACS CPA. You just don't get it on the back of a Wheaties packet. You've got to wait for them to come to you, accredit you, and then you go through a provisional and then a full accreditation. We're waiting for the board meeting with Engineers Australia in the next couple of months to be fully accredited in Melbourne and Perth. We have to go back to square one for Brisbane. So they will come and they will visit our campus, look at our cohort, look at our lecturers, look at our syllabus, go away. At the end of the semester, they'll come back, and if they're comfortable as to how we're delivering, they will give us provisional. They will then do that for every semester until the end of the program, where they need to see 5 graduates getting out of that program. So like I said, it's not easy. We've got to graduate a minimum of 5 students to then be considered for full accreditation. But we helped a couple of students with their CDR towards the end of the program. Because if we get full accreditation before some of the students graduate, they get included in that accreditation process. So they can graduate with EA accreditation. That includes you're a graduate engineer, and you've got your CDA already included, or your skills assessment already included. If they stay and get a post-study work visa, we have a 93.7% job placement rate. Because of what happens in our Masters and our Bachelor, we give them a 6-week internship under the Work Integrated Learning Model. We place them into that program as part of their course and their course fee. So that $12,925 you saw includes a 6-week internship. And what happens, David and I don't place the student. We've got a company in Melbourne that's a national company called Intermatch. We give the student to them, they get interviewed, and then they get placed into a company relevant to their discipline for 6 weeks and then monitored. We used to give the student a list of our corporate company names from an engineering company, and then the student would have to go off and get that 6 weeks worth of work and get it signed off on. The problem was that it was signed off on okay, but the companies would put that student at the reception desk. Make the coffee, open the mail, deliver the packages. They never went out the back and got their hands dirty. We are technical engineering. We need that 6 weeks for them to touch and feel. So what happened, Steve decided to pay the placement company a fee that we negotiated for us to get that student placed into a corporate company, monitored, signed off on, and then a letter of, at the end of it.
If we look at masters, same fee. Obviously naturally same intakes as well, and then a 2-year duration. And I think it's value for money, Rob, for the student.
Can I just, sorry, with the Masters, it's a 2-year program, 3 semesters of coursework, 1 semester thesis. So your student in the final semester is interacting with industry, and it can be either an individual thesis or a group thesis. All right, so at least they're getting that practical experience.
Before you do that, $23,560 a year, February and July intakes in 3 years. And Rob, what's the benefit of these courses? What can we offer students?
I want to give you an option, because what we've seen when we travel is it's not a PhD, so it doesn't take you into academia. This is an engineering course-driven, project-driven doctorate. And as an AQF level 10 program, it means they can bring their family. And there's benefits to the family as well. In some states, you get subsidised fees for children at state schools, full-time work rights for partners. So it's a very different level. So it's just an opportunity that if you've got someone who's got a bachelor and work experience that goes beyond what the gap is, this could be something to think about. If you need help with it, come and talk to us, and I'm happy to walk you through it again. But we always would like the potential candidate in the very first instance to talk to the academic. How much value is it going to give them? What's the I haven't got a project, what do I do? I haven't got a sponsor, how do I get one? We take care of that. We have a pool of about 100 extra projects across many disciplines for an engineer to actually look at. So if someone doesn't have a project, let me show you some things based on your discipline. Your doctorate can be anything in any part of engineering.
What we have is 240 hours of work integrated learning. Very important. Add it to the student CV, work experience in an Australian company. Absolutely brilliant. It's very important. And networking, it doesn't affect the duration of your degree as well. Okay.
It doesn't cost a student any more money. It's part of the tuition fee. 6 weeks of work placement. Please don't forget about the USPs we have. Engineers Australia Accreditation, not so much for Brisbane at the moment. A great tuition fee. Internship at no extra cost. Small class sizes. Yeah? Good placement at the end of it.
Надеюсь, друзья, вы смогли найти ответы на ваши вопросы. Если нет, вы можете мне написать напрямую на email, и я отвечу вам как можно скорее. Обычно я отвечаю в течение одного бизнес-дня. Но если вы просто хотите переехать в Австралию, если вас интересуют общие программы переезда, если вы еще не определились, по какому направлению как можно скорее въехать в эту страну, вы можете поставить плюсик в комментариях, и я вышлю вам короткую форму-анкету. И, конечно, не забывайте о наших телеграм-ресурсах, о нашей общей группе по иммиграции, а также у нас есть специальная группа для тех, кто хочет как можно скорее въехать в Австралию по студенческой программе, чтобы здесь зацепиться, начать работать и уже начать свой рост в этой замечательной стране. Так что, друзья, все эти ресурсы сделаны для вас. Я благодарю вас за просмотр, желаю всего самого наилучшего и до встречи в следующих видео. Удачи!